Hello and welcome to everybody. In this fifth session, we will focus on imparting culture to the kids by the parents. Good culture. In this section, we will discuss culture that is generally accepted to be good. What are these? Some of them have been discussed in previous sessions, including the role model video. Good habits. Healthy lifestyle for kids include the following: allowing, encouraging, pushing the kids to spend maximum time outdoors is the number one good habit for long-term health. Side benefit for parents too when they get out in the sunlight or exercise with their kids. Learning different games is very beneficial from health and other points of view like learning teamwork. Other healthy habits include early to bed and early to rise and timely healthy food. Junk food and beverages should be avoided, especially at a very young age, as it is completely unhealthy. May need to be reinforced by parents, reducing or giving up to set an example. See the role model video. Personal hygiene is another important lifelong habit to be taught and learned. Brushing teeth adequately, tongue cleaning, effective bath or shower by scrubbing all areas clean, etc. These prevent ill health and other detrimental side effects in the long term. Don't allow lice to breed in the hair or those potatoes to grow behind the ears. Also includes effectively cleaning self after using restrooms, washing hands before and after meals, washing hands before handling food, wearing clean clothes, and so on. Keeping surroundings clean goes hand in hand with personal hygiene. Inside the house, including bathrooms, need to be cleaned regularly to prevent items like mold. Kids need to have a sense of ownership to clean after themselves. Surroundings include your home, when visiting relatives and friends' houses, public spaces, and so on. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Neatness aspects that are important include putting things back where they belong and keeping appearance of items in a neat fashion. It helps find items quickly, prevents untidy appearance or randomness, gives a pleasant feeling, and elevates your station in life in the eyes of relatives and friends. As kids grow up, they should learn to put back their games, toys, etc., and not spread them all around the house. Slowly it translates into their books, clothes, shoes, and other items. The appearance should be presentable and are appropriate as required, especially when stepping out of the house. Other good habits include being truthful and ethical, developing empathy, not being a bully, not being sarcastic, unnecessary yelling, not being bossy, being fair, being respectful, controlling jealousy, not stressing out, and not be prey to other negative emotions that plague adults. The flip side is it is important to teach resisting bullying too by being firm and strong and include some badness since the world is not all good. Difference between right and wrong is included here and in family culture too, since some aspects are universally right or wrong, whereas others may be more unique. Kids need to be kids because they grow up too soon anyway. Good manners include politeness, courtesy, using the magic words. These include being polite about borrowing other kids' toys, developing teamwork while playing, not grabbing or snatching, not hurting other kids, etc. Parents should know when to censure and draw the line and be cognizant of when they may be spoiling their kids by giving into every whim and fancy. Easiest way is to put yourself on the other side. If another kid physically hurts your kid, would you not expect an apology at the very least? I would expect amends too. Yell at the offending kid, pretend or actually spank based on severity of offense? Maybe the offending parents can offer a treat or a toy? It is important since manners are important while dealing with others and it ultimately molds the kid into being professional. At least, public behavior should conform to what is generally deemed acceptable. Going into family culture, typically there is overlap between generally acceptable good culture and family culture. For example, you may have mild OCD, where your family's level of cleanliness is different. You may dance or bicycle with the kids to maintain healthy lifestyle while having fun. Healthy food may mean mostly home cooked and or organic as much as you can afford. Neatness is also subjective beyond a basic minimum. Ask interior designers. Some good habits may be a challenge if you as parents themselves do not practice or are aware of good habits. Plenty of resources like Observe and Learn, videos such as these, and other self-help resources. What is always needed is the interest from you, the parent, to better and sharpen your parenting skills. They have been mentioned in the previous videos too. Younger kids naturally speak the truth, a lot of times leading to the parents squirming. It may be important to teach them to hold back by distinguishing between saying the entire truth or maybe not opening their mouth at all. Other cultural items that are unique: religion, very, very subjective. Your parents may have been staunch followers and you may be more liberal. Or with interreligious marriages, a road in between may be found. Beliefs, again subjective. They may be tied to a religion in certain instances. My only recommendation would be to have some beliefs and stick to them as they form the basis of your family traditions. Please don't ignore and just go with the flow, since that may impact your family's uniqueness. Remember, beliefs may not be necessarily logical. Family culture includes maybe having a big family get together during the religious festivals, dancing and merrymaking once or few times a year, having one meal a day together, bedtime stories for kids, religious, mythological storytelling, and are watching on the TV, not wearing shoes in the house. There is a rich household culture in every family that needs to be preserved as much as possible. Unique diet is included in culture since it may be religious, cultural, or otherwise, to be vegetarian, vegan, or other special diets. Allergies are not in scope since they are medically driven. Family collections, stamps, coins, art, etc. may be another family thing. Other cultures may be continuing the family business, other traits like being a workaholic, and so on. As you can appreciate, this concept is vast, and as always, I would like to hear other important cultural items in your families. Think back to what culture you inherited. Bursting firecrackers once a year? Cooking items in a certain style? Buying new clothes during birthdays? Simple get-togethers or grand celebrations? Every little nuance counts. How many of them are you imparting to your kids? Or are screen addictions that are unidimensional, effectively killing all the diverse, unique culture? In the next video, we will talk about environment. With that, I would like to sign off, and we will meet again sometime next month. Thank you.